Hello everyone, and welcome back to a new episode of Prismata. If you've seen the screen a lot of times, you'll notice something new here. I have the golden pass from, I don't know, getting, I think engineer tier is what it's called. A viewer was sick of me playing base +5 games and purchased me the engineer tier because it has the golden pass, and that I would therefore get more bonus unit cards, but sadly, this attempt was foiled for two reasons. First, in base +5, bonus unit cards don't apply, so you can't ever play like a base +6 or base +7. I would love to play base +6 or base +7, but you just can't. And the other reason is that I don't contribute my bonus unit cards anyway, because base +11 is horrible and I hate it. So, sorry about that. I was thinking but anyway, thanks for getting it. It was nice. I was thinking of celebrating with by unlocking something from the shop or whatever, some really fancy emote or skin, I mean. But it turns out that all the really expensive ones are ridiculously expensive. It's a disgusting waste. But I realized hey, I have over 100 infusions, even though I don't know. Actually, did that come from the? No, you don't get infusions from this. So I just happen to have these lying around anyway. But we can celebrate by proxy by just I don't know. Oh, I don't even know how to use this stupid thing. Okay, I clicked this a bunch of times figuring something would happen, but it didn't. No. Let's just upgrade this to the highest level, and then I don't know, we'll put some silly little stuff on it. I poked around here earlier. I think I found something. Oh, I liked shiny, right? Shiny's okay. All right, and any tints? Ooh, that's a very nice shade of blue, right? Yeah. I like the blue. And I don't actually have any idea what these frames are. Can we find... I mean, blue is a little bit overdoing it, I think. Are these all just colors? Some of them are weird textures. Let's take this. It's a little bit garish, I suppose. I don't like most of the I find it really hard to read these when they're when they're doing this or whatever. So I'll just use something kind of not too offensive here. Just there we go. That one's all right. Text color? Who on earth? I don't know. There we go. Well, oh god, gold on blue is just terrible. I don't know, guys. I don't understand how to use emotes. These all look, equally not great to me. Yellow's not too bad, I guess. Given that, what's wrong with gold, right? This way people know we have the highest level one. Okay. There you go. Maybe I'll remember to use this more now. Alright. All that said, let's dive into ranked, and we'll use a golden pass. No more carbon tickets for us. We're moving up in the world. Oh my gosh. I have this thing still up. Get out of here. No, wait, come back. I removed the wrong thing. Alright. Let's just... I'll be right back. Okay, actually, you know what? I decided, forget it. I'm just gonna stitch this all back together. You guys missed the opening turns of this one. I'm playing against Calento here. And I don't know. I realized I sort of missed a chance to try the player 2 turn 1 chrono filter into Hannibal line. But he seems to be going for Hannibal, and who knows why exactly? It does not seem that great to me. Anyway, I fixed up what's actually showing. And anyway, I had as you guys noticed for the entire beginning of the video, I still had the Innervi Field showing here from when I did the unit reveal. I'm sure that was a week or two ago by now, but that's about how long my backlog was, and this is the first episode I'm recording after that. I forgot to go fix it. So I don't know. This set seems kind of high econ, but you could have tried something much more aggressive with a big Hannibal rush. And I think that I didn't understand why he went like Chrono Filter and Blast Forge on the same turn, and then like he only spent 1 blue. I don't get it. It seems like that must have been a mistake. I guess he wants Manticores now? But I'm just gonna get up some like decent absorb and try to work my way towards 7 attack in a somewhat reasonable time frame. Which I think I will need a little bit more tech for, right? I mean, I could just buy some Gauss cannons eventually, but like, what if I did this and then another Animus? Then I can buy like 2 more Tarsiers plus a Splitter, and then like on the Chrono Filter on turn, I can buy Manticore and some Tarsiers. On the off turn, buy... Yeah, this is too much red, I think. No, Immolite's fine. I don't know, this seems a little bit ambitious. But we do have a lot of drones. And I want to get some attack going quickly to get through this Hannibal. Oh man, I briefly thought my mic was muted too. I thought I had really messed up this recording. Okay, well at least we only made that early mistake. So we're gonna have 2 attack, we can buy 2 Tarsiers, and a Splitter. Brings us to 3 on the next turn. And then the turn after, we should be able to get to 7 pretty easily with the 2 Tarsiers coming in for 5, right? Another Conduit seems like a lot. But there's Aegis, so that's fine, I think. This drone could be a bit much. Should maybe be an engineer since we're going to lose 2 of these anyway. I'd like to stay granular. Oh yeah, I can buy several Immolites next turn to exactly hit 7. That's kind of nice. That way I don't have to like do anything weird. Like I want to buy an attacker for 2 blue, which I guess is probably Manticore. Ah. Yes, and then I can have the Manticore not actually be an attacker and use it for money instead, and that way I can get like the Immolite value. Kind of. I feel ahead in this game. I'm not sure what's going on. Like, his tech seems weird. He has less attack. Oh, of course. He's... right. In order to do 5 damage, he would have had to click his Hannibal, which he's obviously not doing. So he clicked his Manticore instead to do just 2. Alright, so this should have been a drone, not an engineer. I didn't think clearly enough about how he was going to play his turn. I just looked at this number and assumed it was true. So we want to have 7 attack, not counting a Manticore, right? That's... so we take a Manticore. Easy. But now we have 1, 4 damage. So we get 3 Immolites. I guess I can just do this, right? He's probably going to, again, click his Manticores, so I don't really need to worry about defense. I just want to build more drones. One, 2, 3, 6, 7. Yeah. Could get another engineer. I think that's fine. We're droning up a lot. I am cheaply spending our money pretty cheaply. I wouldn't mind just plowing through the Vivid Drone since he's not actually attacking me. We have Aegis to encourage higher economy. It might be nice to have a second Blast Forge to be able to build Xeno Guardians every turn. But, you know, alternating Splitter and Manticore is fine, too. Actually, I might just want it as, like, a way to build Wall plus Splitter or something. Rather than Manticore. Maybe Doomed Wall means you don't need 2 Blast Forges for, like, defense. No, I think Doomed Wall means that you should want 2 Blast Forges, right? Because you won't run out of wall supply quickly. You can build like Blast Forge plus wall and it's pretty good. So next turn we're attacking for 3, 4, 6, or possibly just 4. I think we'll just get some Tarsiers, right? This seems okay. I'm not going to be able to get Manticore value by clicking it on any future turns. Oh wait, hang on. I'm not getting Manticore value by clicking it now, am I? It just is killing 2 engineers. Jeez, let's do that. That sounds great. Something like this. These drones are not called for. I need more. I need to still be granular after this turn. So let's just do something like this. 3 engineers here. Hannibal. Isn't that kind of bad? I should be able to exploit that, shouldn't I? Find a way to attack for exactly 7? 4, 5, 6. No, I guess I'm attacking for at least 9 against this anyway. He has kind of a lot of attack, it now seems to me. Maybe my Hannibal is wrong, though. This'll be dead, but he'll have 1, 2, 5. No. Yeah, 5, 8. Yeah, he can punish that pretty well, actually, by just not by clicking his Manticore. Maybe we don't want this Aegis, just get a Doomed Wall. I'm floating too much green, but I'm not sure what to do about it. He's getting good Hannibal value for sure. At least now that I've bought these Immolites. But, I mean, imagine if they were gone, right? I still have, like, at least 10 attack. It's not that amazing. I could have held some back to punish the... I don't know, it doesn't seem that great. The next Immolite swing should hurt, I think. Like, syncing them up is not particularly beneficial for me. It seems, in fact, rather bad, since he can buy Hannibals for on my off turns to soak on my on turns. But it is a turn when I'll have a lot more damage all of a sudden. He's trying to do the same thing, I think. Hang on. This sort of punishes? Yeah. He has to lose Aegis and then absorb for just 1 on Xeno Guardian this way. This will be coming in just in time for his big turn. I feel okay about my position, but I guess he's going to be attacking for quite a lot on the next turn. So, I don't know. Do I have enough to defend it? 2 blue is... No, I only have 1 blue. It's going to be several Aegises, I guess. Not that bad. Oh, right, I have a Hannibal. And he's really attacking for 1 less than this. Let's get the Aegis in first, and then just a wall defends. Probably should get some... Is Rhino any good? Not really. Why? I don't know. I kind of want, like, to spend my red on something, and I think Rhinos are the thing, just because it's way too late for Tarsiers. I could get Immolites, but I'd like them to be available as defenders relatively soon. I'd like to be able to buy a Hannibal next turn is one thing, and that's why I got these 2 engineers. And it's sort of what compelled me to get the Rhinos, even though the Rhinos don't actually help me defend next turn unless I hold them back, which I don't plan to. They feel more defensive, and so I feel more prepared to build a Hannibal next turn this way. This is slightly exploitable if I find a way to leave him with just 2 health alive. Attack for 10? That's just clicking Manticore, actually, right? It gives me 3 health, 3 gold, and it gives him a drone. So something like this. I don't need the force field. I can just build the Rhino and lose it. This way he gets slightly worse absorb. Immolite might be too greedy. Should I just get Engineer? No. I think I want to keep hitting him. I've got a Hannibal anyway, right? That's all my defense for next... Not all of it, but it's a huge chunk of defense for next turn. Alright, so I am losing the Rhino. I guess I knew that. There's no way I wasn't losing it. Unless he held back an Immolite for some reason. How are his supplies looking? We're equal on Wall Supply and on Doomed Wall Supply. Okay. Yes, there's no way I can exploit this to breach him. This way he gets to keep 1 health alive. This way he gets to keep 3 health alive, which he can't actually do. So we give him 1 Engineer and gain $3 this way, which is a good deal in my books. Yeah. Unclicking Manticore and clicking Hannibal doesn't breach. Okay. Just checking. The Rhinos will be coming in to defend just in time, sort of. I'm not exploitable. Correct. Okay. I could build more conduits instead of these engineers, but I don't think that's a good idea. He's out of Hannibal supply. That's good news. I feel okay here. Yeah. I don't know. I could still lose. These Manticores are, like, deceptive. They're little tiny units, but they attack for a lot. So it's easy to feel like you're in better shape than you are. Here, he is not exploitable. We're not clicking Manticore. An Aegis plus a Xeno is pretty okay, but no, I want one of these guys, which means maybe I should get... if I'm getting... Yeah, I can't defend with just blue, so I might as well spend my green on it, in which case... the blue should be just like... a splitter? I don't know. Okay, engineer supply is sort of a problem for me. Maybe the splitter is too ambitious. Yeah, instead of engineers, well, I do kind of need some. Yeah, let's just float the blue, since I'm defending with green anyway. No, my green is so valuable. Is there some way I could get this Hannibal and still defend? I guess I could force field? Like this? And then get these guys and some MGs? Nice. He's used up all his prompt defense, and we're threatening a breach. So I guess he has to cut the Aegis to build force fields? Maybe? That's super, super drastic. Maybe he shouldn't do that. Hold an Immolite or something? Of course, that means I have to click my Hannibal to breach, so maybe it's a reasonable gambit to offer. But I have double Aegis next turn if I need it. I think I can accept this gambit if he offers. He's got more time to think about it than I do. I guess I should be using his turn, right? So what'll he be attacking for next turn? 6, 11, 17. If he gives me the gambit, I can easily handle 17. Yeah, there he goes, holding the Immolite. Sure. No good way to exploit him. So we're building an Aegis, building a wall, and that's it, right? No, we want these to be Rhinos. Rhino's a good unit. Oh, click the Hannibal, of course, you idiot. Okay, hang on. Let's. I guess I can build the Aegis, and then I don't need the wall. Get a splitter. Sure, a non-prompt wall that threatens to attack. Fine with me. Hooray! We beat Kalento. I understand he's very highly rated now. Yeah, 16.7. I think he was in the 2100s, or maybe, at least for a while he was. So, is he now the highest rated opponent I've ever defeated? Not sure. Exciting game. I'm not sure what all went wrong for him. So, you guys missed the beginning couple turns because that was when I happened to look over at my recording software and realize I was still showing off Innervi Field. I could have, well, let's just open Analyze mode, shall we? I've never actually played it, but I understand that, like, player 1, turn 2, chronofilter, drone. No. That doesn't buy Hannibal. Well, it's a good thing I didn't try it. What is the crazy... Oh, it's a mobile animus line, right? You build 2 drones. Yeah. Into mobile animus blast forge. Pretend this is mobile animus. And then you build Hannibal, right? And you can just sort of like drone up for another turn, then build more Hannibals. It's like, I understand it's actually a little bit difficult to deal with. Kind of one of those degenerate rushy things. But I decided not to go for it. You know, with Xeno Guardian and Doomed Wall, Aegis, Manticore, there's a lot of defense in the set. And so I wasn't sure about Third Engineer, but I think it's probably correct. And I think here's about where you guys came in. I was just building like natural player 2 high econ stuff. I don't know. So third NG into 3 drones, sure, and then like I don't understand the blast forge and the chrono filter. Maybe he thought it was a mobile animus actually. I could believe that. It's the same cost. It sort of looks a little bit similar. Would have let him produce a Hannibal per turn. Maybe he's just kicking himself for this. Like, why did I get a Hannibal and float the blue? Certainly a huge mistake. Not clear if that's what lost the game, but it was a big deal. I just think the early Hannibal was not very good when there's actual defenders in the set that are reasonably convenient to get. I threw in a chrono filter to let me get Xeno Guardian without committing to permanent double blue. I don't know if that was really a good idea. Like, permanent double blue seems okay. But with Aegis around, it seems like you want a lot of your defense to come from green, and so you don't want to be too committed to red and blue. There's enough blue here that you can sink 2 blue somewhat regularly, but maybe not being tied to doing it every time would be nice. Now I got another blue. Yeah, I think he just kind of over-teched was his problem in this game. Like, okay, yeah, I have an Animus and a Chrono Filter, but, you know, he then adds his own Animus, and now he's got the same as me, but 1 more blue and 1 less green, which is a severe deficit, I think. The Manticore was cute. I do like that. Here, we already talked about this is a mistake. I should realize that he's not actually going to attack for 5, and therefore this should be a drone. Even if he actually attacks for 5, maybe a drone is fine. I think this is just too conservative. I touched a button, now Restart Analysis wants to take me back to the beginning. There, that's the attack for 5 turn. And I did this expecting him to build a wall, or a doomed wall or something, right? My thinking being that I'll have 9 attack, and I can click to reduce it down to exactly 7, which is perfect against Hannibal. But he gave me an even better opportunity of just like, well, why don't you just kill his 2 engineers? So I think a wall would have been good here instead of a splitter. The extra engineer here with the idea of building drones was clearly a bit ambitious. I sort of underestimated how much attack he has with these. Well, okay, he didn't have the Immolites when I built it, in fairness. But he put on enough pressure that I needed defense. And so having the engineers was actually fine, but not for building drones. For just defending. And after this, I sort of just like was trying to defend conveniently while building attackers that fit into my curve. And so my question is like, what is it at this point that led me to win the game, right? Obviously, like, there were decisions made after this point. But the paths were sort of set for both of us in a way, right? I didn't do anything particularly brilliant after this, I feel like. Except maybe for buying Hannibal's, but he did it first, so I can't claim a lot of credit for that. Hannibal is like really good soak if your opponent can't deny you absorb after dealing 7 damage, right? That was why it was good here. I don't know if I talked explicitly about that during the game. Was this drone too greedy from him? It feels pretty greedy. But okay, like, here we are. Like, what is the difference between our positions? I have 4 more income per turn, even after this Vivid. Attack-wise, I have 5, 7, 8 permanent attack, plus, you know, call it 3.5. Where he has like 3, 4, 10 permanent attack, plus like, call it 3. So he has like 13, and he has more attack. My drone income like is larger by about enough to cancel out his extra attack, I guess. And so I think that the main advantage I have is like this green. He has extra blue, but it's sort of awkward. Aegis is just really, really good. Okay, well. Oh, also, oh, what a brutal turn. Yes, here, this, I like this turn. He didn't plan his granularity correctly here. I tried to be pretty careful to make sure that I wasn't giving him any opportunities like this. But here, you can spot opportunities for exploits like this in a number of ways, but one is to say, given the defenders that my opponent has and the absorber that they want to use, if I attack for some, whatever number I attack for, there's going to be some amount of health that they get to leave alive besides the absorber, right? If you attack for 9 into 10, then that amount is 0. They don't get to keep anything alive besides the absorber. If you attack for 7, the amount is 2. And so you can look at your opponent's health, his available defenders, and try to find a number. See, are there any numbers that they can't possibly keep alive? And if so, try to attack for something that leaves that amount of health alive. It'll create an exploit. Right here, the opponent can leave 1 health alive quite comfortably. They can leave 5 or 6 health alive quite comfortably. But they can't leave 2 or 3 or 4 health alive. So if you can find something to do that will say, go ahead, leave 4 health alive, please. That's how you can get a really strong exploit. And against 10 defense, to leave 4 health alive is to attack for 5. Yes. Now, I couldn't do that. That would have been even better. If I could somehow attack for just 5, he would be losing Aegis and not even absorbing on Xenoguardian at all. Absolutely disgusting. But 6 is still really good. It lets me hold the Immolite to get full value for it later, whereas right now it's not getting any value. And so it's useful to do a quick check, like, to make sure that you are granular enough. For example, like 2 engineers is usually enough if your best absorber is wall. If your best absorber is something like Xenoguardian, 2 engineers isn't good enough because there's no way for you to leave 3 health alive necessarily. But like 2 engineers plus something else, say a wall, like, is granular enough. You can leave 1 health or 2 health or 3 health or 4 health or 5 health. You see what I mean? Like, so being perfectly granular is just a virtue in itself. These handholds were cool. Got them on his Immolite off turns. I feel like he was also a bit greedy with all these Tarsiers, but I don't know. I was too, I guess. It was still not quite so late in the game that we had to go crazy with the Immolites. I think I also did well timing Rhinos. I would have preferred to buy these a half turn earlier, actually, I feel like. Because they were starting to defend, as I recall, on... not on the turn when he was swinging with all the Immolites, but on the turn after that, right? So if I had been able to buy these Rhinos a bit earlier, instead of Immolites, that would have helped quite a bit. It's not quite clear exactly how to do that. And it was nice to get the Immolites anyway, so... But I feel like didn't make good enough use of Rhinos. I got great value out of these. He also, like, his early Hannibal cost him Hannibal supply. I maybe bought too many engineers. I tend to do that. They're not great soak. Here is a turn where I'm sort of not granular, right? If you pretend that these Rhinos will never want to defend, then there's no way for me to leave 2 health alive from this set of defenders, right? 4 I can handle, it's these 2, but 2 I can't do. So if he were to attack for, 3, 8, 10, and I didn't want to lose any Rhinos, I'd be in a little bit of trouble. Yeah. If he attacked for 1 less than this, I couldn't, like, upgrade the wall. I couldn't upgrade the engineer into a force field or something, right? It's not possible. Okay, well... and the game sort of ended here. I don't know. I think just like his early Hannibal and like over emphasis on manticores was a bit rough. He also didn't build enough drones. My tech actually worked out surprisingly well. A single blue and 3 red seems a bit weird for this set, but there's nice expensive ways to send blue in the form of Doomed Wall and cheap ways to spend red in Immolite, so it seemed to work out alright. Okay, so I guess we are just getting through the one game in this episode. Sorry about the rather the difficulty with Innervi Field being lying around over here and then missing the beginning of the Calento game while I fixed it. Believe me, it's more hassle for me than you, because now I have to go edit the dang videos together. Okay, well, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.